Very good evening to you, and thank you for choosing Newswatch right here at Hope TV. There is a lot that has been happening across the country. Today, the 22nd day of July, the year 2024. Indeed, we are waiting to see how the government will handle protesters come tomorrow. But it is also an issue that is not only biting Kenya, but also Ugandan government, with President Yoweri Museveni having earlier on sent a stern warning to protesters planning to stage demonstrations tomorrow, marching to their parliament. Well, we're waiting to see also how that will turn out. Remember to get in touch with us right here at Hope TV. My name is Sammy Adika, and our sign language interpreter tonight is Boniface. Now, starting us off is that National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula says that members of Parliament will be discussing President William Ruto's rejection of the Finance Bill 2024 once they resume sittings from their 3-week recess in this week. Now, this comes after President Ruto declined to assent to the controversial bill after the youth-led protests turned deadly, forcing him to send it back to Parliament with a memorandum to withdraw all the clauses. Wetangula further noted that the establishment of the selection panel for the appointment of new Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) commissioners will be done in 14 days.
As you are aware, the President declined to assent to the Finance Bill 2024 and sent back with a memorandum indicating that he had rejected all the clauses of the bill. So that memorandum and rejection will also be part of the business of the House. Remember that under our standing orders, when the President sends a memorandum of that nature, any member who wants to overturn that memorandum or any provision therein must garner 2/3 of the members of the House. That's about 233 or thereabouts of members. So we will be placing the memorandum before the House. This also addresses the issue that I've seen in the media, that the bill was going to be operational within 14 days of the rejection of the memorandum. That is not true, and we have no provision in law or under the Constitution for that. The bill is in limbo, is in purgatory, so to speak, awaiting the next vote on it in the House. Following that rejection also, the government, in furtherance of the austerity measures now being undertaken and the stress in the budget processes, has brought a supplementary budget, supplementary one, which I forwarded to the Parliamentary Budget and Appropriations Committee. It has been conducting hearings with the sectors of government, and those sectoral hearings should be done by today or tomorrow. So a report on the supplementary budget will also be on the floor. The President also referred back the Division of Revenue Bill, which shares out our resources between the two levels of government. Given the shrinking purse that the government has, the President has indicated that then both levels of government must take some haircut on their revenue allocation. That will be on our order paper. Sectors of government, and those sectoral hearings should be done by today or tomorrow. So a report on the supplementary budget will also be on the floor. The President also referred back the Division of Revenue Bill, which shares out our resources between the two levels of government. Given the shrinking purse that the government has, the President has indicated that then both levels of government must take some haircut on their revenue allocation. That will be on our order paper.
Away from that, the National Police Service Commission, NPSC, is set to name the new Deputy Inspector Generals of Police by Friday this week. This follows the interview that saw the acting Deputy Inspector General of Kenya Police Service, Eliud Lagat, Kenya Police Service, that is Administration Police Service, acting DIG James Kamau, with other 6 servicemen facing the panel. The post fell vacant following the resignation of former Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome and the appointment of the outgoing Kenya Police Service Deputy IG Douglas Kanja as the acting Inspector General of the National Police Service.
We will be looking at all-round person, a good leader, a good commander, a person who can be confident to lead the officers of other ranks below, and also a person who can be able to lead change and reforms in the National Police Service. As you are aware that there is a lot of reforms that are ongoing right now in the National Police Service. I also want to say that the things that this person will be expected to do once you become successful is also among them to be able to make sure that the morale of the officers, the leadership of the officers, the guidance of the officers is also done as per the requirement of the law. He will be in charge of formations and units within the service. He will also be in charge of the men and women in uniform who are distributed all over this country. So it is a very serious and competent job. We are doing part of this process. The law and the Constitution requires that a Deputy Inspector General is appointed by His Excellency the President on recommendation of the Commission. So we are not completing the process by ourselves. We are doing the part that Commission is supposed to do.
Well, now crossing over to Kisii County, Elijah Julius Obebo has been sworn in as the 3rd Deputy Governor for Kisii County since the actualization of devolution. Elijah Obebo takes over from immediate former Deputy Governor Dr. Robert Monda, who was impeached after the Senate voted to uphold all 4 charges brought against him by the Kisii County Assembly. And as Gloria Musimbi now reports, the new Deputy Governor has vowed to join hands with Governor Simba Arati in fighting corruption, among other issues bedeviling the devolved unit.
Approximately 4 months after the impeachment of former Kisii County Deputy Governor Dr. Robert Monda, Elijah Obebo took oath to serve as Kisii County Deputy Governor at Gusii Stadium.
Also the Deputy Governor of Kisii County, that I shall diligently discharge my duties and perform my functions in the same office, and I shall do just and the laws of Kenya without fear, favor, affection, or envy, and so help me God.
Speaking after taking the oath, Obebo pledged to work alongside Governor Simba Arati and ensure he realizes his promises to the county residents.
As a gesture of this confidence you have shown in me, Your Excellency, I promise and undertake to be your loyal lieutenant. Your Excellency, I thank my family, with me, Margaret, and our children who have been great pillars in my steadfast life up to this point in time.
Elijah Obebo, who served as the chairman of Kisii County Public Service Board before his appointment to the second-in-command in the county, further pledged to fight corruption in line with Governor Arati's plans.
From the humble beginnings, Your Excellency, at Masongo, to the Masito village, all through the national government, and now to be your loyal deputy.
On his side, Governor Simba Arati urged Kisii County staffs to accord his deputy the necessary support while vowing not to relent on his quest to end corruption.
Be satisfied with the living that we should make as our salaries and our things that we are doing. It's due to let him stay in the office for the 10 years that we're in the office.
Earlier this year, Ichuni Ward Representative Wycliffe Siocha tabled an impeachment motion against former Deputy Governor Dr. Monda over abuse of office, gross misconduct, gross violation of the Constitution, prompting the Senate to impeach him.
His Excellency Dr. Robert Osai Monda of using his office to solicit for Kenya shillings 800,000, thereby conferring a financial benefit.
His conduct can only be described as gross misconduct. Honorable Speaker, the conduct of the Deputy Governor fly in the face of values and principles of governance.
Monda later sought legal redress, but the court ruled against him. For Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Gloria Musimbi.
Many thanks, Gloria Musimbi, for that specific report. The Public Benefits Organization Authority, charged with registration of all non-governmental organizations operating in the country, has distanced itself with the Ford Foundation, revealing that the foundation is not registered locally. PBO Chairman Mwambu Mabonga has informed Kenyans that Ford Foundation operates under international agreements, leading to a legal notice to be issued against its operations in the country. The foundation has been on the spot following claims by President William Ruto that it is funding the anti-government protests, leading to deaths and destruction of property worth billions. Mumbi Waweru reports.
You know, when I said in my introductory remarks, Kenya is for all of us. And you may ask yourself, what is the end game in all the things that are happening? We are likely to reach at the destination at peace or in pieces.
In his remarks, Public Benefits Organization's PBO Chairman Mwambu Mabonga highlighted Kenya's critical juncture, stressing that the nation's future could either be one of peace or discord. He highlighted the responsibility of leaders to address emerging issues decisively, and he specifically referenced the Ford Foundation, which, although not registered under the Public Benefit Organizations Act of 2013, is operating under an international duty treaty. This situation has prompted the Principal Secretary of the State Department for Foreign Affairs to issue a notice regarding the suspicious transactions, leading to a follow-up by the authority.
That is why when such a things emerge, as leaders we must be responsible. You've mentioned of Ford. Ford Foundation is not registered under us. It's under the operation of international duty treaty, where the host country, and that is why the PS, Foreign Affairs, was able to write to them and point out that within this period we saw this kind of transactions, and that is why they're making a follow-up. I have my board and us seated here with the management. We have no authority and control over Ford Foundation because it's not registered under us.
Mabonga further clarified that the Public Benefit Organizations Regulatory Authority lacks jurisdiction over organizations like the Ford Foundation due to their registration status. The authority, alongside its board and management, does not have control over these entities, which are operating under international agreements rather than local regulations. This distinction is crucial in the ongoing investigation into various public benefit organizations.
The PBO Regulating Authority is committed to ensuring compliance and regulations with all the NGOs in Kenya. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Mobi Waweru.
Well, that specific report by Mumbi Waweru takes us on a short commercial break. We shall be right back, taking a look on different issues, specifically the ongoing controversy in Kiambu County regarding Tatu City land.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches. and goes beyond. Watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafikin soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond. Watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Hello there, praise the name of the Lord. My name is Evelyn Wanjiro. To get Naiwe Maombi as your Skiza tune, SMS Skiza 8830022 to 811. Hope Skiza, spreading the hope.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Thank you for choosing Hope TV, the channel that brings you hope, entertainment, and inspiration. We value you and would like to serve you better. Talk to us by scanning this QR code on your screen, or go to our social media page at Hope TV Kenya and click on the survey link by the name Hope TV Survey. It will just take a few minutes but means the world to us. We value your feedback. Hope TV, look and live.
Come back to the broadcast. Kiambu County Governor Kimani Wamatangi has called for an expeditious probe on Tatu City of an ongoing land row. This is as Wamatangi wants Tatu City to cede 10% of their land for public use, but Tatu City terms it as unconstitutional as it is a private developer and no laws compel it to comply with the provision. In a statement written to EACC, DCI and the ODPP, Wamatangi noted that Tatu City management has been floating false allegations of extortion against him and Salome Wainaina, Kiambu's county executive for land. Elias Wanjiru with more details.
Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangi urges that Preston Medhealth Group Chief Operating Officer at Rendezvous, which owns and develops Tatu City, has continually attempted to malign his name by claiming that governor wants the land. In his defense, Wamatangi noted that development consists of areas designated for public use, which should be vested to the county government according to the Physical and Land Use Planning Act 2019, a matter that was notified to Tatu City. Wamatangi said that despite having held talks with the development management, Medhealth still figured the Kiambu County government making the same allegations. The governor now wants Medhealth to provide evidence to his claims and present it to the aforementioned investigation bodies. This comes as Githunguri residents have come out strongly defending Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangi over his issue of defending Tatu City. Speaking at Mitahato village, they said the onslaught on governor was uncalled for and it was not meant to dent the image of the governor. They stated that the 5,000 acre out of the 64 acres being demanded by the governor belongs to Githunguri people.
Tuliona wazungu ama mzungu fulani akitukana gavana wetu wa Kiambu, na hiyo maneno tulisikia mbaya sana, kwa sababu hakuna mzungu alikuja na shamba kutoka huko Ulaya akakuja naye Kiambu. So what we are doing here, tuna support governor wetu 100%. Ati hiyo mashamba ni ya watu wa Kiambu, na sana sana sisi watu wa Mbare ya Gathirimu tuko na karibu 5,000 ekari 5,000 kwa hiyo shamba. Kwa hivyo waachane na governor, na sisi tuna support governor wetu 100%. Tunasema hiyo shamba ni letu kwa sababu hiyo shamba ni kununuliwa, ilinunuliwa. Mababu zetu wale walikuwa ile miaka ya kale huko mbele huko, wao ndio walinunua kutoka kwa wale watu walikuwa hapa zamani.
Githunguri Member of Parliament Gathoni wa Mushomba, who showed solidarity with the affected victims, said this will not end their promising to take it to another level unless the government won't address the issues.
Public ziko ndani ya Tatu City, wewe ndio unawapatia chakula ya lunch na umefanya vizuri. Kama unafanya hivyo unafanya vizuri, lakini nikuulize, ushaingia Tatu Primary School uone ni kama imeachiliwa kabisa?
Kama zizi.
Ni kama zizi la ng'ombe. Ushaingia Ngewe Primary School uone vile madarasa inakaa? Really, if you really want to help us, then you should be coming with a proposal on how you are going to upgrade those schools so that they can look as beautiful as the houses you are building in Tatu City. And therefore we are demanding huyu mzungu na wazungu wenzake ambao wanafanya kazi kule Tatu City, hile maji yetu mlimetoa kutoka Karimeno, mukanyonya maji yote mukapeleka Tatu City, mukatunyima maji sisi watu wa Ngewa. Hiyo maji, by the way, hiyo mfereji, hata president is on record, President Ruto alikuwa amesema anaweka mfereji ndio watu wa Githunguri na watu wa Thika wakunywe maji. Hiyo maji yote imenyonywa na watu wa Tatu City hapa, imenyonyewa hapa tu barabarani. Umeona hiyo mifereji? Tumeona. Hiyo maji munanyonya kwa nini? Munatunyima maji inaenda Tatu City. Alafu tukikuitisha land ya kujenga public amenities unasikia uchungu na unakunywa maji yetu. By the way, we want to know, because water is devolved. Sorry, hata kofia inakasirika. Because water is devolved, we want to know. Sasa umenyonya maji direct. Unataka kutuambia hakuna pahali county government itakulipisha hiyo maji? Wale watu ambao wataweka meters huko ndani kwa hiyo Tatu City, watakuwa wanalipa wewe ama wanalipa county? Kwa sababu maji ni ya wananchi. You cannot be taxing water in your estate na maji ni yetu na utaki county government iingilie. And by the way, sewerage yenyu mukiokota Tatu City yote mtakuwa mnapeleka wapi sewerage? Hiyo uchafu yote hamtakuwa mnaweka kwa sewer line yenye inaenda kule Juja, inapitia hapa Membley Estate. So we cannot operate this way. We welcome you as investors, but you must involve us in whatever you are doing. You must respect us for who we are. And for your information, Governor Wamatangi is not my personal friend. Sana mnajua tunalimana na yeye. Lakini when it comes to the interest of the people of Githunguri and Kiambu in totality, we forge a way forward together. On this one, you either return our water, you give us back our schools, you give us back our roads, and you go away with your private entity. Lakini hatutakuruhusu uende hiyo njia. Kama Governor Wamatangi amekosea kuitisha hizo amenities, tunataka utuambie ni sheria gani ambayo amekeuka ya kukuitisha the amenities. And by the way, The National Government Physical Planning Act is very clear that if you take this land and change the use, for example, it was a private use land, you want to make it public. Kuna zile mipangilio unafaa ufuate.
Tatu City Management had earlier rejected an invitation by the Kiambu government to address the concerns regarding delays in approving their revised plan for the land valued at 4.3 billion. In a statement on July 16, Mendenhall explained that the meeting would not resolve any impending issues among them. Mendenhall pointed out that the county government should instead purchase the intended 54 acres of land it wants and not expect a handover. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Nelias Wanjiro.
Thanks, Nelias Wanjiru, for that report. Now crossing over to the western part of the country, Bungoma County Governor Kenneth Lusaka has defended his government's move to spend 25 million Kenya shillings on beautification during Madaraka Day celebrations on 1st June 2024, saying the budget was approved by the County Assembly. Governor Lusaka also noted that the completion of the Masinde Muliro Stadium Phase 1 in readiness for the event costed the devolved unit 60 million Kenya shillings. This follows an uproar from youth in the county who sought clarity on how the county spent 148 million Kenya shillings to prepare for the celebrations.
Madaraka Day funds justify the Kenya shillings 148 million expenditure, particularly 25 million on flowers, 15 million on meetings and related costs. My response is that the money was approved by the County Assembly of Bungoma and used as follows. 1. Education and vocational training, 1 million. Renovation of Disese from Madaraka emergency allocation, 1 million. Roads and public works, 24 million 800. Other infrastructure and civil works, aluminium road signage, 6.8. Billboard and signage from emergency, 18 million. Trade, energy and industrialization, 13 million. Payment of electricity bills, 13 million. Lands, urban and physical planning, 25 million. Urban purification, 25 million. Gender culture, 5 million. Preparation of county handbook, 5 million. Youth and sports, 60 million. That is for the stadium. Completion of Masinde, that was completion of Masinde Muliro Stadium, Phase 1. Public Service Management Administration, 12 million. Catering Services, Water, ETC, 4 million. Advertising, Awareness and Publicity Commercial, 1 million. Advertising, Awareness and Publicity Digital Communication, 1.5. Advertising, Aware Publicity Jumbo Flag, 1 million. Advertising, Awareness and Publicity Miniature Flags, 2 million. Advertising, awareness, publicity, printing of flyers, 2.5. Media mobilization, publicity, 8 million.
And moving forward, the Public Benefit Organizations Regulatory Authority, under the leadership of Chairman Mwambu Mabonga, has announced an inquiry into several public benefits organizations in Kenya over allegations of regulatory breaches. The investigations addresses concerns about compliance with the PBO Act 2013 and involves both registered and unregistered organizations operating within the country. Mumbi Waweru with the report.
As a regulator of the Public Benefit Organization Authority, invited you to address some of the issues that have emerged in the recent past. The authority has launched investigation into the conduct of some PPOs operating in Kenya over allegations that they may have breached the PPO Act and other written laws in Kenya. For clarity, the authority wishes to state that out of the 16 organizations listed in the correspondences by the Principal Secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs, only 3, and this one you need to note it, only 3 organizations are registered under the PPO Act 2013, whereas the rest of the other listed organizations are registered by both the Registrar of Societies and Companies. Moving forward, however, all organizations engaging in public benefit in Kenya shall be required to either obtain public benefit status as provided for under Section 7 and or register with the authority under Section 10 and 11 of the PPO Act 2013.
The Kenya Kwanza government is calling on the private sector to partner with it in their quest to create digital jobs for the youth in the country. ICT and Digital Economy Principal Secretary John Tanui says the government is in the process of establishing infrastructure that will support AI activities in the country and provide the necessary skills to the youth. Speaking during the 5th anniversary of Inua AI Chief Executive Officer Humphrey Muchuma said Inua AI is planning to start 10 other digital centers across the country to create more job opportunities for the youth.
This country is full of talent. We are privileged to have our youth who have received the necessary basic training and are very agile to transform to the needs of the current market and the demands in the digital space. We assure you, you have our full support. As a government, will continue to listen to business owners and entrepreneurs like Humphrey to find out what policy changes or improvement we need to do in this space.
Kenya has a very, very big human capital that is well experienced, well exposed, and what we've seen is them being just provided with an opportunity to get these jobs. And we are glad with the networks that we've managed to build across the US and other markets. We've been able to employ more than 250 young people.
Now, crossing the borders, police have sealed off the headquarters of Uganda's biggest opposition party in what is said to be a precautionary move ahead of the anti-government protest planned for Tuesday despite a ban. The National Unity Platform Party chief Robert Kyagulanyi, popularly known as Bobby Wine, posted on his X platform saying security personnel had surrounded NUP headquarters in the capital Kampala, barring anyone from entering and exiting the premises. This follows a planned anti-government protest by the Ugandan youth who are planning to march to Parliament on Tuesday to condemn alleged widespread corruption and human rights abuses under President Yoweri Museveni's long-time rule. Let's listen in to what the president had to say earlier on.
The other parts of the world are starving. They are crying for hunger. And you here, you want to disturb us. You are playing with the fire because we cannot allow you to disturb us. And it is very unfair of you. You don't ask yourself, these people who are doing all this, who don't sleep, who work all the time so that I get cheap food, I get easy things. What will they say if I try to disturb them? You must. Now when you hear people talking of demonstrations, what? Demonstrate, when you demonstrate in a place like Kampala, people are sitting on the roadside. They are sitting on the roadside. When I pass by boys there, they have got their chairs on the roadside. Are you going to step in people's products or trample their chairs, their furniture? You are playing. Do not have such ideas in your head.
It seems that the Gen Z protest will be taking also place in Uganda. Away from that, United States Vice President Kamala Harris has received a major support from Democrats on her race to replace President Joe Biden, who announced he will not be vying for a second term. This comes barely 107 days to the general elections, where the vice president will be facing former president, that is Donald Trump, who seems to have widened his support base as the contest is widely believed to be tipping towards Republicans. Moments after President Joe Biden announced he will not be seeking re-election, a number of Republicans have come out demanding that he resigns from the presidency, claiming he is not fit to hold the office.
We believe in our President, Joe Biden, and we believe in what he stands for. There are going to be many times in your life where you're going to be told that can't be done. It's never been done before. It's not time. They're not ready for it. And then this is the one I love. It's going to be a lot of hard work. Don't you listen.
On matters sport, 14 golfer Jan Smith emerged as the overall winner of the NCBA Golf Series played at the 18-hole Windsor Golf Club after edging out over 100 golfers ahead of the coveted grand final later this year. Guru Washira came first in Division 1 with a 67 net score, followed closely by Peter Wairegi, who finished as runners-up with a 73 net score. In Division 2, James Mburu secured victory with a 68 net score, while Karim Charania finished as runners-up with a 71 net score. In the ladies category, Taz Padameshi emerged the winner with a resounding 70 net score, while the junior category was snatched by Amar Shah with 78 net score. The NCBA Golf Series will next be played at the Mombasa Golf Club for the club night on 23rd before proceeding to Moi Air Base on 27th for a quarter-final event. For choosing Newswatch tonight. That's all we had for you from the desk, but many thanks. Just remember that we shall be here tomorrow to bring you to speed with the news making headlines. My name is Sammy Adika and my sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Do enjoy the rest of your week. Good night.